Good morning. Busy morning. It's about mid-morning right now. We're shipping soybeans, so I got the first truck loaded up and headed to the place that they got to go to, Ingersoll, for a company called Huron Commodities. Well, I guess they're not called Huron Commodities anymore. They're called Huron, but anyways, they're IP soybeans, OAC Strives, non-GMO, that are probably destined to go overseas somewhere, I'm assuming. But we had a contract which we grew them and then stored them until spring here, and then we're gonna, as I said, we're shipping them out to deliver them against the contract that we had. So just give you a quick peek. Here, this is the bin we have them in. I don't really like using these older bins much anymore. The floor is getting a little tough in them, and also they don't hold a lot. It works well for IP soybeans because we don't have a large volume. We had about 5,000 bushels of this variety that we grew last year, and they were early. Yielded pretty good for an early day bean, considering we were pretty dry last year, and we got a nice wheat crop on the field now, winter wheat, which is nice. That's a nice thing about early day soybeans. So anyways, I'll just shove the camera in the bin here and you can take a look. So it's kind of hard to see, but those are the beans. You get little pods around the edge, but the floor is, I said, is tough, and the unload doesn't work anymore. The rods are busted off inside, and I haven't pulled the floor to fix it. So because it's a smaller bin, we just kind of take off the front of the door. What I did here with this pipe, actually, it's like 15 feet, this pipe, sucker pipe. What I did was I kind of shoved it up into the middle here to get in a little farther, so we can do another truck without having to go into the bin with all those hoses behind me, because that's a lot of work. And then just to make sure that we have enough air for the suction part of the system, the way this works, this Willinga, is it sucks some beans and then it blows them in the truck, so it kind of pulsates, sucking and blowing. Yeah, no other comments, but anyways, it needs a little bit of air or it will choke the system a little bit. So I got a little air opening here. If it's too much, I'll just put some duct tape over it. Hopefully it's big enough to do it. So but yeah, that unload doesn't work at all, so we have to kind of go through the door. We don't really have any unload augers much anymore on this bin and those two over there. They both actually are full of wheat yet right now. We just shove a blower pipe up the tube and then use the sucker blower, the Willinga here, to fill trucks. It's slower. With my 10-inch auger and the power unloads and power sweeps in my corn bins there, I can load a truck in about 20 minutes with corn in my 10-inch auger. This is probably pushing 50 minutes to load a truck, so a lot slower. But the nice part about these blowers, because we have to maintain the quality of these soybeans, is that they're gentler on the crops, so they can kind of float on. It kind of floats on air a little bit, so we don't want these beans to split. If I can show you kind of a sample here, they're pretty decent, and these ones really, they're not split much. Like this here is a split or a crack, so we don't really want that at all. We want the whole bean. So this system's a lot better for that, and that's kind of why we use it for IP beans. So I got this bin of OAC Strives, as I said, and then basically that bin right behind it has got about 10,000 bushels of S07 M8s for another company, so they got to get shipped out here shortly as well. But I also got a new toy, both for Sandy and I. Sandy does a really good job with her vlogging, and she's always kind of wanted to do a little bit more videos in the barn, and I like to do stuff with out in the field and do some video there. So I bought a Mavic Air, which it's a little drone. It fits pretty much in the palm of your hand, a little bit bigger. So I got some footage this morning on the first truck, loading it, and I'm going to try to get some more with the second truck. But we're actually hoping to do some drone videos inside the sheep barn, because it's a lot smaller and a little bit more maneuverable, and I'm hoping to do a whole bunch of drone videos this spring in the fields with the different equipment we're using. So anyways, that's kind of an update on what what I'm up to today. And then once we get this bin low enough that I have to go in with the blower pipes and suck it out kind of by dragging the hose around, I'll get Sandy to help me out. It usually takes 2 people to kind of clean up a bin. So anyways, nice part about this is when we ship beans, we make some money. So now we can pay some bills.
You wanna dance?
Well, got the second truck loaded this afternoon. Got pretty much it loaded with about 300 or 400 bushels to get on it, and the pipe wasn't sucking any more beans, so I had to crawl inside the bin with the hoses and finish off the truck. On a side note, don't put your gloves in a hopper, because the sucker will suck them up, and we'll plug the airlock, and then you have to open a door, spill a whole bunch of beans, get a shop vac to suck out the rest of the beans in the cyclone on the blower, and dig a glove out so the airlock would work again. So that was a bit of a hiccup on my part that I screwed up, and we had to clean up the mess that I made. So anyways, I think the rest of the beans are going to go out of that bin on Monday and Tuesday now. But anyways, Just gonna go in the shop and do a little bit of work, do some painting on my planter wheels. So, good night.